What's going on? What's going on, y'all? It is your boy Skywalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Much love the Seal Nation, the Cool Table family, the Mikey Verse, the Syndicate Network, man. All y'all that's catching this live, and everyone that is going to be catching this on the replay crew as well. Much love to all you guys. We got Lev Crouton in the house. What's going on? We got Rock Talks, the homie in here. We got Charles Austin, Taladia Plays. What's going on? All y'all. DC Talk, Mama Bear, Art Dog. Much love. Thank you for being here as well. You got the Creed in the building, Sin Havoc, Music City Soul. Much love all you guys. Oh man, we got the Bad Dan with my first member chat. Member for 1 month saying story I thought Seal Nation would enjoy. I had an EGD yesterday. Everything is fine. And when I woke up from the anesthesia, I ranted about Ezra Miller being innocent in the 2 cell hashtag. Hey, shout out to the homie Bad Dan. Uh, hopefully, you still ain't feeling the effects of the anesthesia. I know that, sometimes it lasts for a bit longer. Much love, bro. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being a member and a part of this community as well, bro. Much love. You already know. Salute to the homie Bad Dan in the building. You dig? Right, we got A Pass in here. Good afternoon, A Pass. Hope you had a great day. Right, we got all y'all. We got GDI in the building. What's going on? All right, yes, yes, yes. Much love, all you guys. Sin Havoc, Josh Herrera. Man, I can't wait to talk about this game, yo. A Curly Ray, Philip Steven, 45. Man, the Snyder fan. Yeah. And y'all like no spoilers in the chat. I ain't done with the game yet, but I'm about to get into it though. I'm about to get into it. We got a Curly Ray with the $5 super chat saying I could go to GameStop and trade in a $70 game, and still have enough to buy the WBD stock. Hey, hashtag sales DSJ to Netflix, hashtag sales Snyderverse to Netflix, man. Y'all already know what's going on. Y'all already know what's going on, right? We in here. We're gonna keep this sale thing going, right? See, so I'm telling y'all, I've been having technical difficulties. My thing tripping, phone tripping, everything's tripping, but we're gonna get through it. Much love. A Curly Ray for the super chat. Let me go ahead and hit you off with this drop real quick.
Good stuff. Real quick, man. Shout out. Last question here. I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing and consistently, look, regardless of what I think, the fan base has their own ideas and they seem to win.
Hey, much love to the homie. Much love. Thanks for the support. We got the Bishop in the building, right? All you guys, right? Oh man. And then we got Bishop with the $2 super chat saying much love to Sky in the chat. Man, much love to you, Bishop. Thanks for coming through and showing that support, bro. It's always a pleasure to have you on here. You know what I'm saying? And keep making them videos, bro.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
Yeah. Now, let's get through this rigmarole so we can get to these topics because I got a lot to say. And I don't know if some of y'all gonna like it, but we're gonna get to it. Man, we're still on the road to 2K. Make sure that you guys are liking the content, sharing it out, subscribing, all that good stuff, hitting that notification bell so you know when I'm going live and all those things. We got a lot of big plans coming for you guys in the near future, right? Not only with just this 214 trending / engagement day that we're gonna be having on next week on Wednesday, in less than a week now. But not only are we doing that, but we also got a lot of plans for this platform and other platforms that are kind of surrounding this one too. that should be revealed, not in too much more time. So shouts out to all y'all that's been rocking out, and shouts out to you guys that will be rocking out in the future. You guys are all amazing. We're here because of these hashtags. Even if this is a Suicide Squad game kind of review thing, we are here because of these hashtags, and I'm going to get to that in 1 second because that's the only reason why I'm even doing this, just to keep it a buck. So that's always definitely the main goal. If you do rock out with these hashtags, we ask that you follow these 3 rules of engagement, which are: number 1, we ask that you be positive. Rule 2, we ask that you not mix these hashtags with others, as we're trying to keep the messaging as focused and effective as possible. And rule number 3, we ask that you guys don't tag, mention, or quote tweet anybody over at WBD, as we're trying to get Zack Snyder's DC universe over to a conclusion with Netflix, and that's the only conversation that we need to be focused on. Also, we ask that you guys subscribe to ZSJO's Netflix on YouTube and follow ZSJO's Netflix on Twitter/X. And lastly, if you'd like to sponsor a stream like the homie Mr. Nobody did tonight, you can donate through Super Chats, and whoever has donated the most will sponsor a following stream, and you'll have your name streaming across the bottom. And there's also a membership level that allows for your logo to be on streams as well. Much love to all y'all. I think I'm caught up. Let's get to it because I got a lot to say. So let's tap in with the new gods real quick, and then we'll be back.
Steppenwolf, have you begun the conquest?
Yes. So, initial thoughts on this game. One, I want to say something, and kind of make this very clear. And I realize this because whenever things keep happening to prevent me from doing like a certain stream, I just, usually learn that the universe kind of works in mysterious ways, right? So I've had a lot of trouble kind of getting through and actually being able to do this stream recently, right? So I was kind of bummed about it. Then it hit me this morning, right? I think that these things have been happening because naturally, right, when I come and I cut this camera on and I come out here and I talk to you guys, I do it with a purpose, right? Like, it's because there's something that needs to be discussed and I'm passionate about it, right? And I also, am usually like really invested in talking about these topics, right? Now, I realize I do not want to have this conversation with you guys. Meaning, I didn't want to, I had no interest in kind of like talking about this game in this fashion, right? And I was just really uninspired about the topic, right? But the reason why I'm having this stream and come talk with you guys is because I think that this game is kind of a microcosm of a larger point, right? Because one, I was seeing how it was affecting people like in the cell community and, the Cool Table family and all that, right? I'm seeing how riled up that people are getting over this. And I'm like, yo, right? Just like with The Flash, and I'm going to talk about the Flash movie because I think that is a very apt comparison as to, what I am experiencing it. And it's funny because I was kind of the only person that went through this last time too, but I'll get to that. So, but like with The Flash, I'm already knowing that this thing was going to be a big topic, man. And I'm knowing that, it's going to be people getting riled up about it. And I'm like, yo, I have to play this game. just like with the Flash, I had to go see it. Like I had to go find out for the Cell community whether or not that um movie was going to be disrespecting the Snyderverse or whatever, right? And I'm like, yo, I have to go see it because I'm hearing all this stuff, and I knew that you guys were going to have questions, so I had to go get answers. So with that being the case, then I think that this is the Flash situation 2.0 because I had to go find out what was in this game and what wasn't, right? And I'm about 21 hours in because I just checked. It was 20 hours and 59 minutes that I've played this game. So I'm not finished with it yet, right? But I've seen more than enough of the game. You know what I'm saying? To where I feel well qualified to come out and give the statement that I'm about to give on this game. I have not gotten to full disclosure, I have not gotten to where Batman dies yet, right? But I'm pretty far in. There was another it's no secret that the Justice League dies, but I just got Green Lantern, and there was another death after that, and another brushed with death. I'll just leave it at that. So that's pretty much where I left off at. But I've seen a lot of this game, played it, got the gameplay loop, all that good stuff. So I really feel like this is just the Flash 2.0. I feel like the world is going crazy. And just like when everybody was trying to say, like literally, it was the world was telling you guys the Snyderverse was getting disrespected when that movie was coming out, right? They was like, oh man, it's not the Snyderverse, it's not canon, it's disrespecting Zack, it's doing this, it's doing that. And just like then, when I went to go see that movie before it came out, and I was like the only person on the internet that came to y'all and said, yo, this movie is not disrespecting Zack. It's actually paying homage to him in several ways. Blah, 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 blah. You guys know the history, right? Just like now I'm not finished, right? But I've literally heard things that were just absolutely not true. And I've seen them being spread on the internet. I've literally heard things that are just absolutely not true. Even stuff that, because I can't really remember who I was hearing this from. But I remember being in somebody's chat and seeing somebody like kind of saying like, yo, Captain Boomerang, like he pisses on the Flash. And I was like, what? Like, what the hell? So, and I know that, I wasn't that far yet, but I'm like, damn, like, did that really happen? But even still, I still wanted to see the context. I was like, yo, I wanted to go see the scene, right? And like, it just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Like, is there a scene where like they might allude to that? Yeah, but it didn't happen. I'm like, yo, like, why is this being said? And then I'm hearing weird stuff like, they disrespect. Now, look, full disclosure, I have not seen Batman's death yet, but from what I've seen, the Batman's been pretty badass, yo, and he's evil. Like they're all evil. It's an evil Justice League people, and the fact that I heard that somebody was trying to say, hey, maybe Kevin Conroy didn't know what he was getting into, and maybe that's why. I mean, that's just from like in my opinion, that's just categorically false, yo. All this dude's damn dialogue is about working for Brainiac and hunting down the suicides. Like, I'm like, yo, I just, like to try to insinuate that Rocksteady would do something like that nefarious, right? Like going and you know, to say that they would do something that nefarious and like changing what his dialogue was after he passed, I think that's just in poor taste. And like all his damn dialogue is about working for Brainiac, yo. Like, I don't know what they would have told him that would have gotten him to what? Like, hey, we're kind of doing a game, right? Where, you're kind of evil, but we don't know. I mean, like, all this dude's dialogue is about being evil and saying some crazy stuff that, I mean, I've heard so much of the banter, right? So much of it. And from my take, right? And I want to salute Rocksteady on this, right? Because playing this, they clearly were tired of just making Batman games, right? And I think even us as the audience, for the most part, we've been asking, we've been asking for something different. Everybody's been always saying like, yo, why is all this stuff always Batman focused and, this and that, right? And then they switch it up, they give us something different. And like, this is a rock steady game through and through. Like, it is a rock steady game through and through. Everything that you would come to expect from like a Batman game outside of like the Predator rooms, which, I mean, this game is just too big for that. Like, it's too big for any type of Predator room situation or anything like that. The game is just too big. Like, Metropolis is too big. And I just think that in terms of giving us something different that feels like it's still from Rocksteady, this is a fantastic game, yo. It's a Rocksteady game through and through, and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna break it down. Let me get caught up with this chat real quick. All right, see, they ain't keep falling. We good. Until Eladia said that he at the end of the game now. Yeah, no spoilers in the chat, yo. Said Josh is paranoia, huh? I feel it. Like, this is a very similar. Like, I felt the same way, right? Said justice. Josh said it's implied that Boomer whips out his blessed boomerang and Harley salutes it. I think that in character for Captain Boomerang, yo, Captain Boomerang is spot on, and he's wilding the whole game. Like, he's wilding. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of it is funny. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Integrity. Look, even the Creed says, I love it, Sky. The game feels like Snyderverse. The Wonder Woman in it feels completely inspired by Gal's Wonder Woman in ZSJL. Flash is literally wearing ZA. But they don't want to. Maybe that's what this is, yo. Maybe that's what this is. Because I was getting a huge sense of that shit too, man. I was getting a huge sense of that. Because I'm sitting there and I'm playing it, and I'm like, yo, this feels like just some injustice like level type shit. Like, what are we complaining about? Why is there this big outrage? And if anything is injustice or a nightmare, is Zach. Sin Havoc says they should have made that Superman video game. I feel it, but I'm gonna get into that in the gameplay loop. You know what? Actually, I'll get into that now, right? Because I also heard that like it shouldn't have been like the Suicide Squad that, and I know that's not what you're saying, but it's kind of parallel. Um, I was hearing that the Suicide Squad ain't the ones that should be taking out the Justice League. It should be like the New Gods or like all these other characters and stuff. And I was just like, yo, man, like creating a fun gameplay loop with characters that are like almost invulnerable is very, very tough. I understand why we haven't gotten a Superman game. I think, or up to this point, I think it's very hard to create a satisfying gameplay loop around being a character that powerful, right? Just like I think that if you would have made a video game where Darkseid kills the Justice League, it's like, yo, man, like it would probably look like the nightmare scene. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how you create a satisfying gameplay loop when you're playing as a character that's that powerful. So I think right now we're getting into the time where technology is finally catching up to where a Superman game like would be something that could be done and be super dope. But I think that the technology kind of had to get there first before we start doing those kind of games. So um yeah, to answer this question, I think that's why we haven't gotten a Superman game in all this time. But I also think that um, making it to where it's an underdog team, to answer this other point, um, you can create a satisfying gameplay loop if it's like and it's kind of the point of the whole game. Like everybody's blowing them off about them being able to get this done, like but them, and even them, they don't even believe in themselves, you know what I'm saying? So until a certain point, but we'll get to it. He said this squad feels like heirs. It absolutely does, right? It absolutely does. Said I do think it should have been a Justice League game before you kill Arkhamverse JL, but there's a DC multiverse, so I'm too triggered at the end of the day. Hey, nah, it's definitely a multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a multiverse at play. But yo, I've been picking because I've been playing for 21 hours, right? I've been listening to a lot of the audio things and all that. I get it, yo. I get it because if you want to, you can really get a sense of like how this team was before all this popped off. There are ways that you can kind of find out and see how beloved they were and how much that people believed in them and hear some banter. Like there are ways of doing that. But yo, like they got some guts, you know what I'm saying? And from what I've been playing, we're gonna see. Right? He says, as a fan, when I say I wanted something different, what I was hoping for was a Batman Beyond game or a Superman game or a Justice League game. I'll be honest, homie, I take a lot of issues with this game. Looter shooters ain't my thing. Well, like, all right. Well, what was bothersome? Because looter shooters, look, I play some of them, right? But I think that this story is 1,000 times better than Gotham Knights. The game is 1,000 times better than Gotham Knights, and I think that uh, there wasn't anywhere near this level of outrage, you know. And also, um, with the multiverse being at play, I mean, the sky is the limit, like literally, I don't know. right? And he said, to be fair, right? I saw the Flash 3 times at early screenings, right? Yeah. Now, here's the thing. But did it disrespect? Did they disrespect the Snyderverse in that film, right? Because whether anybody likes the game or not, if you have problems with like the story or the gameplay, like that's cool. But to say that it's being disrespectful to Justice League members, or like saying that Captain Boomerang pisses on the Flash, um, saying that Kevin Conroy didn't know what he was getting into. This is where I kind of take issue, right? Just just being just being honest, right? Integrity says, I think all things Superman gets sabotaged for a reason, probably because of the whole true justice in the American way. Hey, would it? Is that it? Said, I really want to hear your opinion after you finish the boss battles. A lot of people take issue with the second half of the game over the first half. We'll see. I got two more, possibly three, because I'm guessing I'm probably gonna have to fight um Brainiac at some point. But yeah, I got two Justice League members left, so we're gonna see. And I think I am past halfway. I've been playing for 21 hours. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been doing like just story stuff, but I've been playing 21 hours. So I think I'm a good I think I'm a good way in. Right. Yeah, he said, and I'm a guy that has 243 hours in Arkham Knight. This game is super refreshing. The shooting is tight, and the cutscenes are so far. A lot of the cutscenes are really funny, yo. And not only that, there have been some cringe jokes, like Amanda Waller kind of like went a little, like they showed her kind of like losing her temper or whatever, and she was like beating something and shooting it and stuff, and it went on a little bit too long. But I think that there's been like maybe two jokes that I've kind of like cringed at, like that wasn't that funny. But a lot of stuff has been super funny, and their banter while you're playing and fighting is hilarious. Said a Justice League video game instead of Gotham Knights could have worked too. I agree, right? Because Gotham Knights, yeah, when I was playing that game, I was kind of feeling like I kind of was just playing just to get through the end of the story, right? And because I just knew Batman was going to come back. I was like, yo, ain't no way Batman dead, right? But no, in this, the gameplay loop is like way better, and we gonna get to that, right? Yeah, the good Austin is in the building, saying one of many. As long as we stack these months up, our years will be on our years will only be limited by ourselves. Hey, look, we about to get to it. I appreciate you, bro. You already know, and you know a lot more about what's coming. But let me give you a drop that's kind of synonymous with what we about to get done. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. All right, I'm almost caught up with this chat. Creed said, I was super worried it would feel like Guns, the Suicide Squad, but it doesn't. It feels like Airs. Nah, it feels way closer to Airs. It feels way closer to Airs, bro. Way closer. And the whole anyway, let's let's take this thing a little bit forward. So first of all, graphics. For full disclosure, I am playing this on Xbox Series X. Okay, so let me get those in here. Yeah, I am playing on Xbox Series X. Yo, this game looks fantastic. That was also something I saw people saying that Arkham Knight looks better than this game. Look, bro, I love the Arkham Knight. I love that game. Outside of outside of the fact that it was super clear that the Arkham Knight was Red Hood, it was super clear, like from early in the game, right? I think that beyond that, you know, I love that game. I even loved all the Batmobile stuff. It was people saying, "Oh, it was way too much Batmobile." Man, I loved that game. Like it was very, very dear to me. So when I saw people saying, "Oh my God, Arkham Knight looks better than this," I was like, "Bro, like, come on, man, y'all is tripping." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting here and I'm playing this game. It looks gorgeous, yo. It looks gorgeous. A lot of the because one, not only is like the world pretty damn big, but it's also so vertical. And so to be able to have the world kind of look as good as it does, and these character models, especially when they're in cutscenes and all that stuff too, yo, it's pretty seamless. It just goes right from cutscene to game. So uh, graphically, this game looks super dope, and you know, um, I think that going forward, if they are going to be doing any, because I'm expecting them to really probably do uh, some other story with this whole multiverse thing being at play, and I think that like they can literally go anywhere from this because it there is an established multiverse in this game. So if you want to say, hey, that this wasn't your cup of tea, right, and that you want them to kind of go back to something else, they probably will be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But uh just don't say that Arkham Knight looks better. Like, yo, even if you want to say it's a better game, better story, right? There's stuff that we gonna like. That's what I'm saying. Anything that has to do with like your opinion on like how things hit you, right, or whatever, that's fine. But we just can't be saying saying that Arkham Knight looks better than this game because it doesn't. Story wise, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think story wise, probably still I'd have to go with Arkham Knight pretty handily. But yeah, just graphics wise, nah. Said Rocksteady was blaming Pinocchio. Hey, I'm sure there was some notes. I'm sure. I'm sure there were some notes. But yeah, it's just certain stuff that, I ain't about to, like, we just can't be lying to the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when I see the sale community and everything getting like kind of riled up. We got Rock Talk saying the world reminds me of Crackdown. Yeah, with a lot of that verticality. I say this probably got a little bit more verticality, but yeah, like it's crazy how high up you can be fighting, and I don't even realize it sometimes because Metropolis seems to be like almost like layered city. Like it's like you have the top of the city, and then you have like a little mid level is kind of under that, and then all the way down at the bottom, and you could be fighting on like any one of those levels at any given point. So definitely a whole lot of verticality to it. He said, "Oh, there will be more. I can't say more any more than that." Hey, we got Leon of the New Geeks in the building. What's going on, homie? All right. Said, I wonder if Injustice guys among us will be connected to Suicide Squad Kills Justice. Hey, anything is on the table now because there's an establishment. There was with Injustice as well, right? So yeah. Says I agree with Sin Havoc. All Arkham games are better than Suicide Squad, but I enjoyed the story overall since it definitely felt like a Suicide Squad game. Facts. Nah, look, trying to say that this game is better than Arkham Knight or whatever, I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't dare go there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just the fear mongering and all that stuff. That's what's wild. That's what's wild to me. But yeah, I say anything with like that focused one character thing. I think that it's probably like it already has like a higher chance of being better because you're able to like kind of focus that story more and dive into this person's psyche and their histories and all that. But yeah, in terms of this or Gotham Knights, bro, I'll take this shit 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Saying I feel that there could be a Superman game, just not by Rocksteady. My pitch would be making the bulk of it and narrative adventure game in the style of Telltale. Like I wouldn't mind that either, but I do think that if you do a game like that, you run the risk of like doing a Superman Returns kind of thing, where it's like, yo, you play it. I mean, where you have Superman, but you don't really get to see him be Superman, right? So I don't know. I don't know. My theory is that the cringe moments are Gunn's notes. That might be true because it was definite. That one with Amanda Waller. I mean, it's super early in the game, but she gets upset. Wait, what happened? Oh yeah, because they find something that they're like not supposed to find. I'll just leave it at that. And she destroys it. Like she's like starts shooting it at first, and then she grabs something and she just starts beating it like over and over again. And it just was going on too long. And I was like, okay, this is like not even funny anymore. Right. And yeah, there was a few things that didn't work, but there's a lot of banter in there that's funny, especially King Shark. King Shark is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? This game is supposed to get 13 different story DLCs. I'm not shocked because this is once because I already had my look, and some people saying that this is the Arkhamverse. Definitively, I don't even know if that's the case, man. Maybe, but I don't know. Because there's still stuff in here that I don't have an answer to yet. That I'm still like, wait a minute, but why is this? I don't know. But we'll see. the multiverse is definitely confirmed. So I'm not quite sure. Said this all day over Gotham Knights. I forced myself. That's what I'm saying, right? Gotham Knights is not Arkhamverse. It's not, right? Cringe moments where Sweet Baby ain't. Hey, wouldn't be shocked, right? The season's DLC with will all be free too. I think our Justice League will return through one of the story arcs in the DLC. Look, that's what I'm saying, yo. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the Justice League is gonna come back, and then it's see, and here is my thing too, right? If that was always the plan, right? Because I don't think that they're gonna change, like significantly change the story of the DLC. I mean, a lot of those assets and stuff are. I mean, they can already shot everything, right? They, you know, all that stuff. But if that was always the plan, then I don't understand what the outrage is over this whole Justice League dying stuff. That's why I'm not even tripping on them dying in this one either, because I already knew that there was some multiverse stuff coming along. I could already tell. But anyway, graphics are dope because I don't want this thing to run too much longer. Graphics are dope. Don't say that Arkham Knight still looks better because it don't, man. But this, whatever they do next, coming from Rocksteady, should it be like any type of single player thing, or even if it's still a co-op experience as well, right? I think that they've always made great looking games, and that definitely stayed the course in this outing as well. So in terms of the gameplay loop, I've gotten a great sense of how these missions have been going. And I wanted to say that everything that you would come to expect from a Rocksteady game is all there, be it like from countering, right? And just like never really feeling safe, right? Like I never really felt safe, you know? Like there's no moment in which especially if you're in a fight, see, and that's my point about the verticality too, because a lot of times in these fights, like you're not safe anywhere. You can't really find a lot of places to go take a breather, right? And in terms of like having to balance the order in which you're taking out these enemies, the way that you're taking them out, right? It kind of reminds me of Doom a whole lot in that way. The Doom kind of reboot or whatever. How they called it the Doom dance. How you're always trying to manage your health, ammo, and shield, right? And it's very similar here. You have to really be managing your health, ammo, and shield at all times. And the way that you get that stuff is from killing enemies. But you have to do it in certain ways to be able to kind of get certain things. So I've been finding that very intriguing. It's kept me playing this thing for a whole lot. Right? Danger says, Sky, have you seen the bat you can get for Harley that has Affleck's batarangs on it? No, I haven't. I have not seen that bat. Right? He said, well, except Batman, I don't think they can bring him back unless Kevin Conroy has already recorded his lines. Yeah, I understand that. Right? And y'all know I love Kevin Conroy, man. He's the definitive Batman, right? And has been for, better part of my life, bro. Like, ever since Batman, the animated series, I was lucky enough to see Batman Mask of the Phantasm, like when it came in theaters, all that stuff, right? You know, but like, um, I don't think it's cool if we kind of like blame them for what they were doing, right? If like, it was very unfortunate. We didn't know that Kevin Conroy was going to pass, man. And so, um, at that point, hopefully, if that was the case, they did get those lines recorded. I would love for that to be the case. But if there was a thing where they hadn't done the voice acting yet for some of this DLC, we are probably gonna. I mean, they're probably gonna have to bring Batman back, but or maybe not. I don't even know how this game ends, so let me not speak on that yet. I don't even know how they. Right. Rock Talk said the big letdown for me is a stupid explanation for Batman coming back after Arkham Knight. Lame as hell. Hey, I don't know. We'll see. Cause I don't know. Cause I saw that part. I went through the whole Batman experience level where they kind of give you a rundown of everything that's happened in the first three games, and also kind of spoke about what happened afterwards and why he came back into the light. Um, I don't know. You know, I don't know if it was stupid that they just said that he came back after Superman kind of came out, because I don't know. I feel like that might have been a Batman thing, but I don't know. It didn't really hit me that same way. Josh says, only thing I didn't like is the John Stewart Green Lantern characterization felt off to me. I know he was mind controlled, but he felt non-military to me. I loved this King Shark way more than the Suicide Squad. Well, the thing about King Shark is infinitely true. This King Shark is way better. I don't know, John Stewart. Nah, I don't know. It's hard for me because like I was in the army, right? And I get that sometimes people will say that they don't feel like certain people are like kind of military like, right? So I get it, but I ain't gonna front. That whole Green Lantern opening where like y'all kind of doing y'all thing, and then all of a sudden he comes and grabs all y'all individually and kind of like rounds you up, and then is like talking to you and flying through. That whole sequence was dope. I think his boss fight was dope. Yeah, I don't know. I've been enjoying Green Lantern. For me, the one character that has been a little underwhelming, I would say, is I don't, you know, I love this actress because she's been on. I've literally been seeing her since Mad TV. I forget her name, but the wonderful lady that is playing Amanda Waller. I'm not really, I'm not really getting the Amanda Waller vibes from her. I mean, I get them sometimes, but not as much as I'd like. So that's who I've really had a problem with. Outside of that, I think everybody's been dope. The Flash, Wonder Woman seems super inspired by Zach's Wonder Woman. Oh my God, like with the shield and everything. And I mean, it's crazy, right? So from what I've seen, also Conroy did record more lines. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he recorded a lot of dialogue for this game. Like outside of the Suicide Squad, probably even sometimes maybe even more. You might hear him more than anybody else in the game. That's what I'm saying. Like because he's always talking. Right? Look, he said, "Yeah, I've been shocked at the amount of Conroy dialogue in the game, even just over comms. incidental, talking about how he and Brainiac's forces are stalking a squad. Facts. Right? He said that they got a prequel comic. Oh yeah. Nah, look, I wasn't saying that that you were back then. I was just saying like, because I've seen this a lot, like with the whole thing over his death and how it was disrespectful. I'm like, bro, like I don't know what happens, but because I didn't stay away from spoilers, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, man, this feels like a Suicide Squad game. Ain't nothing egregious. Look, that's my point. I'm 21 hours in and ain't nothing egregious happened yet outside of me cringing at Amanda Waller and this extended scene of her being upset and kind of beating this device to bits, you know. Said Batman coming back into the light after an interaction with Superman. Sounds familiar. That's what I'm saying. Right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. I'm just man, I'm all this time in and I ain't seen nothing egregious yet. But let me move this forward a a little bit. Traversal is super dope. All four characters, you have to learn how to traverse the city differently. They all have different ways in which they can get from to and fro. Some of them are a little bit harder than others to master, but I think that because also something else that this game does very well is it encourages you to play as all four characters. I feel that that's something that Gotham Knights didn't really do. I could mainline like one character that whole game, like I did with Red Hood, and it didn't really at any point like encourage me to play as other people. This game definitely encourages you to play as all four characters, and the way that they handle the traversal for all four characters is super dope. Um, King Sharks is dope, right? His is probably like my favorite, the way it feels, because he just feels like so primal. You know what I'm saying? Just jumping up super high and being able to like slam down and run up the walls and stuff. Harley's has been the trickiest for me because you have to like really get down the timing and using not only just her drone but the back claw as well. Uh, Deadshots, like I have been maining as Deadshot. He is a bit higher up than everybody else is. In, in terms of levels for me, so I definitely enjoy like flying around and hovering as Deadshot. But I know I just said that my favorite was King Shark, but my surprising one was Captain Boomerang. I didn't think that I would like his as much, but zipping around as Captain Boomerang with that boomerang and his like little Speed Force gauntlet is super dope. And yeah, the traversal is just fantastic. So got to give him credit for that. In terms of story, I've been talking about this whole stream. For me, the story's been dope so far. It's like a, you know, injustice type Elseworlds almost kind of thing where you got the multiverse and, you know, like it's confirmed now. And not only are you meeting um just like, you know, our or these versions of these characters, but you're also meeting those same characters from another planet, you know, or another universe, and getting to see and feel the differences between those has been dope and funny. So you know, I will let you know if I see something egregious. I won't kind of do like a whole stream, but I will definitely tap back in with you guys and let you know my thoughts on the ending of this story. But Yo, in terms of so far, I've been enjoying it, and the game's cool. The game's dope. Gameplay has been super dope. It's been like I I don't know. I've just been having fun with it, and the discourse that I've been seeing surrounding this game is just a bit weird. So that's it for that on the story. But let me tap in with this last thing because I really see this to be true now, and it was something that I always kind of felt, but um, I think that in 2024 you're going to see a lot more of this outrage marketing, almost right. And once again, this is not to belittle anybody's concerns with the story or the gameplay or even what this game is, right? But when I see people spreading like things that just aren't even true, you know what I'm saying? Like Boomerang pissing on the Flash, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you have to wonder, like, why is this being done? Right? Like, why would, because if the game is that bad, shouldn't you just, be able to judge whatever is there on its own merits and use whatever is there as, cause for concern, right? But saying that, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. And I think that everybody should kind of watch what, they're consuming in terms of like people trying to get you hyped up about something, especially like to this magnitude, because I definitely saw it. Creed says, the hate is so over the top for this game, truly insane, lying about things, and the story is wild. Yeah, and uh, that was my point too. Is that I also kind of felt like it was, the unfortunate passing of Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, was also kind of being used to like say, oh, what is it? Like I'm 21 hours in, even if the death is bad or whatever. It's like, yo, I don't know. It's like I've gotten so much great Kevin Conroy in this game so far, you know? And just hearing this evil Batman take, because look, even in Injustice, Batman's a good guy pretty much, right? So even him voicing Batman in those games, like Batman's a good guy, yo. And it's like, we truly get like a evil. I mean, look, does this not say evil Batman to you guys, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Right? I don't know. Like, does this look like the Batman that we've come to know and love? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, uh, said any engagement is good engagement. Rock Talk said that there's gonna be a second stream. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it, and I'm gonna finish it soon too. Leon said the weird online hate could be from Gun Camp trying to hamper some sales so that there's an excuse for Gun to not tap Rocksteady for future DC gaming projects so he can bring someone he has in mind. Oh my God. See, this is what, y'all see why this is the cool table, y'all? I didn't even think about that. Maybe that's the second stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we gonna see, man. We gonna see. I don't know. I don't know. This is crazy. This is crazy. Said, I think Kevin had fun doing the take on Batman. You can hear it. That's man. Look, man. That's what I'm saying, yo. Like he was sitting there talking about the greatness of Kolu and how we're all gonna see. like they all, and it ain't just Batman. They all speak about like Kolu and Brainiac as if they're like all like part of this one hive mind. And it's been dope getting to see Flash like say crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about running so fast to peel the skin off Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even during his boss battle, he's talking about like how like yeah, like I've been always having to hold back, and it's just like oh man, right? Josh said 2024 is an election year. We need to have emotional intelligence about outrage culture and clickbait. We can't react before we step back and know all facts first. As ZSJL and Snyderverse fans, we know this. Hashtag sell. Man, yo, look, this is right. Hold on, let me go ahead and let me give you a drop for this one. I know this one is super chat, but damn.
Good stuff. Real quick, shout out. Last question is, I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing, and consistently the fan base has their own ideas, and they seem to win.
Right. Hey, and look, let me get a homie Leon this drop for that comment that he put. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that this is quite apropos.
You see this all the time at the level of a top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.
He said, gun sabotaging projects. He said, where have we seen that before? You know what I'm saying? Right. Shouts out to the homie El Necron. We didn't officially have the whole cool table in here. Much love, y'all the homies. And the salute to you too, Kal-El. Right. Right. Hey, see, Sin Havoc dropping some behind the scenes. He said Pinocchio talked to different video game studios. Recently, that's why WBD investors and Rocksteady were pissed off as Aslan. Hey, that's what I'm saying. So, oh my God, just think about that, yo. And I'm gonna leave on this because this is my final thoughts because I'm about to wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine if that was the case? That hey, let's just say that for sake of the argument, James Gunn got his eyes on, you know what I'm saying, some other project or some other studio working on these games. Probably a cheaper one, right? Knowing Gunn, he likes cheap stuff, you know what I'm saying? So probably a cheaper studio, right? And all of a sudden this game, or hey, let's even say that he gave some notes on it, you know, probably changed the ending, you know, like he did with the Flash, right? You know what I'm saying? Puts it out, has the backdoor people go and bash it online at nauseum. There you go, right? That seems like a totally plausible plan to me. Facts. Right. So I can totally imagine that Gunn is mad about this game, as it's definitely not the Suicide Squad version of the characters or world. Makes total sense. And then Bad Dan says, does it WBD own Rocksteady? How would another studio be cheaper? Because if you were to reach out to another studio that probably doesn't do these big AAA, Rocksteady does big AAA, you know what I'm saying? Like genre pushing forward type stuff, right? You had somebody saying something like a Telltale game in here earlier. That would be significantly cheaper if you were to do like a Telltale game for Superman, right? Yeah, significantly cheaper. So that's how you have a cheaper studio, or a studio that isn't known for doing big AAA stuff. You give it to them and you let them do what they want, and then they do it in whatever the vein is of the stuff that they're usually doing. You know what I'm saying? So that Telltale was the prime example, like, because I forgot who it was that kind of said that earlier, but yeah, a Telltale game is going to be a fraction of what Rocksteady would need. You know what I'm saying? Said that when Zaslow started talking about video games and live service, the stock prices were dropping in real time. Hey, facts. Hey, 214 is trending day. Anatole, look, we about to, man, when I announce our plans for trending day, I mean, the cool table know what's up, you know what I'm saying? And certain people know. But I'm gonna be dropping that news on everybody next week. You know what I'm saying? Just stand by, be ready. 214 is gonna be a glorious day. We got a lot of stuff coming for you guys, yo. A lot of things covering different avenues, and we just got a whole day full of like engagement and announcements. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to all y'all, and be ready for 214 day. All right. Yeah. All right. Snyder fan says, sounds like it's a good idea to support Rocksteady on this one. Look, that's what I'm saying, yo. I don't know. The gameplay is on point. You know, the story so far, like when I go into any story, right? Any story, and this is how I watch all movies, right? I try to go in with as least preconceived notions about what I'm about to experience as possible. Sometimes that is impossible, right? With like a comic book movie or something, because you have like certain expectations of the character and like what their values are, or what have you, right? So I do understand that with certain things but it is kind of impossible to have no preconceived notions. But I try to go into these things and say, what is the storyteller or whoever in this aspect? It would be the studio. Like, what is Rocksteady trying to give you, right? And I judge it on that basis. So for this game and for this story and its themes of like teamwork and having to come together, even if you don't necessarily know one another, right? True, like a ragtag kind of story. And like, while using these kind of outlandish characters to drive some of these points home, even some of like, you know, them not liking certain things about how the world perceives them, but then also kind of doing that to other people that are in that same kind of circumstance. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here that I think that they really did a masterful job of kind of handling. So to come out and be like, yo, they went out there and they willfully tried to, you know, disrespect these characters or anything like that. I think if they were really trying to do that, they wouldn't be giving us these like little tidbits that you can go get if you look for them, of like what the league was like before this happened and like how the people kind of perceive them. This game does a masterful job at a whole lot of that. So I have not finished the story. I think I'm on like chapter 5, I think 4 or 5. I think I might have just started the 5. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to finishing it, and I'm also looking forward to having this follow up conversation, because if it's something that I feel like I have to come back here and kind of like walk back some things, and I'll make a whole stream. But if it's more or less what it's been this entire time, then I'm just gonna do a follow up like topic. I do have a special edition of the Zack Snyder Hour coming up for you guys as well, because I really want to get back to that conversation. And I just really thought that it was important to kind of come out here and touch on this before we go ahead and move forward with that, because we got a big day coming next week, and I'm really excited to be letting y'all know what we got planned for y'all. So the revolution continues for sure, for sure. Right. Creed said, Sky, this stream was therapeutic, bro. I knew others had to be feeling this game, and the love Rock said he put in there. Much love, bro. Yeah, for sure, man. They put a lot of work and sweat and blood and tears into this game, man. And so to see everybody be focusing on these things that like that really are just these moments, and I'm just seeing like, yo, that there's so much there that is like not even just good, but like downright fucking dope. Like the gameplay loop is dope. It feels good fighting these enemies. Like traversing the city feels dope with the different characters. Like, I don't know. Right? Josh says the reason I loved the story is because Suicide Squad reminds me of us. The hashtag Cell community joining together over differences to accomplish the impossible. Hashtag Rebels, hashtag Squad, hashtag Cell. That's what I'm saying, Josh. Like I was picking up on all that. How they wasn't getting along and didn't really care about one another. But then like the more that they go, they're building all this camaraderie and like overcoming these personal things to come together as a team. Like there's a whole lot of stuff in this game. And I feel like that's being lost because we're focusing on like sometimes things that aren't even in the game. Once again, I have not seen Batman's death, but I can say this. Out of context, a lot of this shit from this game could look crazy. Facts. Said we do a spoiler stream with guests on. If I have to do the follow-up stream to Ladia, then I will have guests on. Facts. But if it's gonna be like just me, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know. Because I kind of didn't want to talk about this game this time, you know what I'm saying? And so if it's just me thinking it's dope, then I'll probably just do a follow-up topic. But if I have to do another full stream, I will definitely do one. And we'll come back and cook on it. Right. Yeah. Said definitely looking forward to finishing the story and open to see if it falters, but I'm loving it. Facts, right? Rock Talk said, think about it. If all the Arkhamverse heroes are dead, it's the perfect time to reboot into Guns games. Well, one, they's gonna reboot anyway. You know what I'm saying? And two, I think that if what Leon, because that point that Leon brought up, I think that's kind of a hell of a point. That this could be because he don't want Rocksteady doing this next game, right? Kind of like how, you know, if we as a community would have supported Black Adam and the Flash, you know what I'm saying? I think that we could have gotten more in that universe, right? And I'm also glad that you brought this up because it just kind of sparked this thought for me too. When I see the ops and people like, look, if I see the Zack Snyder fan base ops, right? Whenever I see them with the Snyder fans that we know, you know what I'm saying, ain't real fans like that. Whenever I see them saying the same thing, I'm like really concerned. Right? Just like after Full Circle, right? Those two different groups were in unison about, hey, you know, seed selling in my blah, 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 liars, all this type of stuff. Right? And that's literally what I saw here. I saw the ops and the fans saying the same thing. And whenever I see that, my antennas just go up. I'm sorry. That's why I had to come speak on this, right? Because, you know, just like they were in unison about Black Adam, they was in unison about the Flash. They're in unison right now. Yeah. Right? For sure. Said sell Arkham Beyond the Xbox Game Pass. Hey, that's crazy, right? Right? Yo, Creed, know what I'm talking about? Like, yo, when those groups are in unison, get worried, bro. Facts. When I look and I see that the ops and the fans is saying the same thing, oh no. Because every time that's ever happened, it's been something that was really going on look behind the scenes. Every single time. Happened at Full Circle, happened with Black Adam, happened with the Flash, it's happening with this. Right? And then we'll see. All right, let's say that this game fails, right? If we do get a Superman Telltale game next, something that's way cheaper, is that going to be what people wanted? Is that going to be what the streets wanted? And would this theory that I just expounded on, could that possibly have been what was really going on? I don't know. Look, y'all put y'all final questions and comments. We about to close this thing on out. I want to thank you guys for showing up. You guys are always amazing. We about to get on out of here. I'm gonna give y'all one more second before we close out. But I appreciate y'all. And I got that Zack Snyder hour coming soon. Probably either tonight or tomorrow. We're gonna see. I gotta get some stuff in order with this, with these technical difficulties, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I like being able to be here and have these conversations with you guys and not have to worry about certain stuff. So shouts out to all y'all. Yeah, nah, I appreciate y'all coming through. Right? Yeah. Shouts out to all y'all. We about to get on out of here, man. I'm gonna catch y'all later. We'll be back talking some Zack and Rebel Moon and Netflix very, very soon. Y'all have a good one. Peace.